In Confucius's commentary on the I Ching, he explains that what we resonate deeply with will affect our experience and, consequently, the synchronicity experience between the underlying spirit of the individual and the external world. Things that accord in tone vibrate together. Things that have affinity in their inmost natures seek one another. Water flows to what is wet. Fire turns to what is dry. Clouds, the breath of heaven, follow the dragon. Wind, the breath of earth, follows the tiger. Thus the sage arises, and all creatures follow him with their eyes. What is born of heaven feels related to what is above. What is born of earth feels related to what is below. Each follows its kind. Whatever our mind is focused on will be the world we experience, because perception is molded by life through the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that we hold as important to us. Although the spiritual plane influences both the mental and physical planes, thoughts, feelings, and emotions exist on the mental plane and cannot become pure unless one dwells on the spiritual plane. People who live only in the two lower worlds are driven by their conditioning. They are attracted only to those realms and suffer according to their apparent duality. On the other hand, those very few who live on the spiritual plane can see the one consciousness and harmony playing out in all forms. Zhuangzi poetically explains this spiritual perception. When there is no more separation between this and that, it is called the still point of the Tao. At the still point in the center of the circle, one can see the infinite in all things. Materialistic science is under the impression that consciousness is a phenomenon limited to the brain, which in turn is believed to be situated inside the brain. From this, we can understand why synchronicity has not been given any serious thought in the scientific field outside of psychology and quantum physics. To regard consciousness as merely the function of the physical anatomy of the brain resembles the religious notion that spirit and matter are separate. From a common sense point of view, how could anything in life be connected or relate to anything else without consciousness? How could rain nourish plant life and plant life nourish us in turn if there were no underlying consciousness compelling them to do so? All manifestations of consciousness relate to each other in a symbiotic harmony, but usually only a sage can recognize it. Synchronicity brings this awareness to the forefront of our knowledge when our perception has been marinated in a trust-anew way and the harmony of Tao. Although all of this may explain how synchronicity can be experienced in one's life, it does not give us any indication of the origin of its existence. Questions about the origins of synchronicity arise when we compare the spiritual significance of the evolutionary process of the universe as opposed to the eternally present self, which is not constricted by time, space, name, and form. People are often in a bind over these two apparently opposing realities, as differing opinions have always arisen on the subject among the Hindus, Taoists, and Zen Buddhists.